Here is your rewritten version, more detailed, without headings and keeping your original themes and issues intact. I did not change your plot or tone, only deepen the imagery, emotions, and narrative layers. Where are you listening from? The doctor's face shifted before his words had time to catch up. One moment, he was glancing through my lab results with the bored precision of a man who had done this 1,000 times. The next, his eyes locked on the page, as if something inside it had reached out and grabbed him by the throat. His pupils tightened. His breath hitched. It was the expression of someone who had just seen a ghost wearing my features. He didn't say my name. He didn't even look at me. He turned toward the wall-mounted intercom, pressed the button with a trembling finger, and said in a voice that tried and failed, "To stay steady. Security to exam room 3. Now." My chair stopped feeling like a chair. The cold metal pressed against my spine like a reminder that I didn't belong anywhere safe. I sat there, suspended in a moment that stretched thin as wire, wondering how much more a man could lose before he simply dissolved into the air around him. Then the doctor finally faced me. His voice was low, careful, as if he were speaking to someone who might break or explode. "Sir, your DNA is flagged in a federal database. According to the system, you died in 1981. I didn't breathe. I didn't blink. I only heard my own heartbeat stutter inside my ribs. I was born in 1982. And in that instant, everything I had been, everything I had survived, split cleanly into a before and an after. What would you have done in my place? Loss had been stalking me long before I walked into that clinic. My family, my business, my sense of purpose. Each one slipped through my hands with the silent efficiency of a man bleeding out before he even realizes he's been cut. My wife was the first to walk away. She said she couldn't shoulder my failures anymore. She packed her bags without meeting my eyes, humming under her breath like she needed background noise to drown out her guilt. After she left, the business collapsed. Then the house. Then the bank accounts. Each loss felt like another small death. By the time I arrived at the clinic to sell bone marrow for a few $1,000s, I wasn't living. I was drifting, hollow, convinced the universe had already taken everything it possibly could. I thought I was safe from further ruin. But truth is patient. Truth waits until you're completely empty before it pours itself into the spaces you never wanted filled. The doctor wasn't afraid of me. He was afraid of the implications of what my DNA meant. If I wasn't who I believed myself to be, then who had built the walls of the life I'd been living in? And why? The FBI arrived with the polite efficiency of people who know resistance is pointless. I didn't fight. People who have nothing left rarely do. They spoke gently, almost with pity. "Your DNA matches a cold case," one agent said. "A kidnapping victim from 43 years ago. Taken from a mansion, a family with old money, powerful allies, and secrets that could warp history if spoken aloud." As they questioned me, I kept my face expressionless. But inside me, something old and sharp uncurled itself, something that had been asleep for decades. Whoever raised me, if I could even call them parents, never showed photographs from my earliest years. No birth certificate I'd ever seen. No relatives who looked anything like me. I started digging quietly, the kind of searching that leaves no digital fingerprints. Old hospital directories, archived ward reports, missing persons bulletins, obituaries from the month I supposedly appeared in her home. Slowly, the pieces began to align. The woman who raised me, my mother, had once worked as a nurse in a pediatric unit. The same ward that reported an infant stolen in 1982. The same month she suddenly brought home a child no one had seen before. I didn't confront her immediately. I needed facts, not stories. Truth is like a cornered animal. It thrashes, but it never lies. I ordered 3 DNA tests under different names. All 3 returned the same result. No biological relation. Not even distant. When I finally went to see her, it wasn't as a son. It was as a man demanding accountability. She opened the door slowly. Her eyes, usually sharp with judgment, dimmed the moment she saw the look on my face. I placed the documents on her table, DNA results, birth records, the FBI agent's card. She didn't deny anything. Her body simply collapsed into the chair, as if the weight of her secret had finally broken her spine. "I saved you," she whispered, voice thin, trembling. "No," I said quietly. "You stole me." Her tears rolled down her cheeks, but they didn't move me. I felt a coldness settle inside me, not rage, something cleaner, sharper. Stillness. Her confession came in fragments, each one twisting deeper. A wealthy couple. A dying infant. A moment of madness dressed up as salvation. She took me because she wanted a child no one could take from her. The irony was almost cruel. She stole a life that never belonged to her in the first place. When she finished, she gazed at me with a desperation that begged for forgiveness. But forgiveness is a currency I no longer spend. My revenge wasn't loud. It was patient, deliberate. I didn't turn her in right away. I let the truth sit inside her home like gas filling a sealed room. I let fear walk beside her, wake her, sleep with her, whisper to her. Silence can destroy more effectively than screams. Then I met the wealthy family. They didn't recognize me, but their eyes lingered with an almost painful familiarity. The matriarch asked quietly, "Why come to us first?" I told the truth. Because I wanted to see the life I was stolen from before deciding what to do with the woman who stole it. Their lawyers moved with predatory speed. The FBI followed their lead. When agents came for her, I waited in my car across the street. I watched her step outside in handcuffs, her face drained of everything except terror. Her eyes searched. They found me. And when our gazes locked, her expression cracked, not from guilt, but from the realization that I had made this choice with absolute clarity. She tried to mouth something. Maybe forgive me. Maybe don't do this. Maybe I love you. I didn't bother deciphering her lips. I was done reading her. People assume discovering your heir to a fortune brings joy. It doesn't. It brings a strange, painful clarity. Money can buy 1,000 solutions, but not the childhood I lost. Not the years spent believing a lie so carefully constructed it almost became truth. But wealth does offer something else: distance. Autonomy. The freedom to choose who deserves a place in my future. The family wants a relationship. Maybe they will get one. Maybe they won't. Blood may open a door, but trust decides whether I step through it. As for her, she awaits trial. Alone. Unremembered. A woman who once tried to rewrite destiny using stolen pieces now sits waiting for a sentence she earned one fractured choice at a time. People call me heartless. They misunderstand. I simply learned the price of misplaced loyalty, and I stopped paying it. If this story reached you, make sure you follow for more. What would you have done in my place? Thanks for watching. Like, share, and comment. Subscribe now to Cheating Stories Insight World for more stories like this.